evening, my Son Nation. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Materialism. If it's your first time on this channel, please do the right thing. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and share it wider and broader as we are building this happy, beautiful community this side. And guys, you are on Dear My Soul. By the way, I'm the twin that just went solo, so I'm doing things for myself, by myself, and of course on my own. So you better congratulate me. Guys, you know what? I love you guys. You know the messages that I got from you guys, the comment section, you know, I got a bit of encouragement. Guys, you know what? You guys are so loving and I felt much better. I was reading your comments, I was crying, but feeling better at the same time. So, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So, yeah, I don't know. Things are still the same, but at least I'm hopeful. You know, I'm taking some of your advices and guidance, even though some of them it's still hard though, but I'm trying. And I know that at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we need to be happy, guys. We need to be very, very happy. It's very much important. So, guys, you know what? I've been thinking, because you know one thing that I've always been scared of, that's why I'm panicking when I'm in this survival mode, because I don't want my daughter to grow up in survival mode. I'll tell you why. I've got like examples around me. You know, people who grow up in survival and they turn out to be successful. Yes, they are successful. They have everything. They appreciated the hard times that I've been through. And those are the people who work even harder because they don't want to go back to where they were as kids, because they saw their parents, you know, struggling and all. So those are the people who, the most hardworking people, but still, kuna lento le wrong. Like kuna this thing it's unsettling. I really believe that if I was one of those people, I will invest so much in therapy. And another thing people need to do is self-awareness. You know, when you face your traumas and you face them head on, and you know that these are my triggers. I know I grew up like this, and then the moment this happens, it takes me back. And you know those people, I've seen people like that who are very successful. Like when you compare them, you compare a person who grew up poor and the person who grew up not even soft, but average, okay. Yeah, like the person who grew up okay and the one who grew up soft. Those are the people who have got too many problems, you know, character flaws, you know, because everything to them, it's like they are on their toes. Like you say something or you do something to them, it's the trigger, and it's much difficult, especially when you are in a relationship with such people, because some of them, they have lots and lots of insecurities, because these people, because I mean, I make reference of the people that I grew up with who are struggling, you know, kids who are struggling. I have an image when I meet someone right now and I listen to their story, where they come from, because I grew up in the village. So there were a lot of people who were very, very struggling, who were extremely poor growing up. And I kind of think of those people, the things that they went through, compare. And then it makes sense why this person reacts this way. You know, loving a person who grew up on survival, how difficult that is, guys. You know, you are in a love relationship, or you're married to someone who grew up in survival. Get your hand. Yeah. Because those people, they will do anything to you. But people who grew up out of love, like it was just love, people were focusing on love and everything. They were not like hard struggles. Those people, it's easy to love them because they understand what love is. So those people, when you love them, they've got insecurities. Do you really love me, or you love me for my money? But guys, when you go and date someone who comes from a rich family, there is never a point whereby they will think you love them for their money. It's these ones who have just worked hard for their money right now, who have been poor the rest of their lives, who think it's kind of unbelievable when somebody loves them. Even if it's not about money, like, I think you are using me. Like, there are a lot of things that they are insecure. Like, if things don't just flow, things that, like, they are protective of everything. They think you're gonna break their heart. Nobody embraces them, because you know that as we're younger, growing up, but people, you kind of like, you gravitate towards people who have more. Like, let's say it's at school, kids who are coming from rich families, other kids want to be closer to them. They want to be friends with them. But because kids are children are very cruel. They don't care. Hey, when now na dietanya now na little. Hey, they look at you, isolate you. They will tell you are ugly. And then again, they don't believe that they actually look good. Because nobody said to them they look good when they are young. You say something, they panic, like always on a panic mode. So I really don't want my daughter to be like that. So one thing for sure, I know that my daughter is going to be very successful. She's talented, she's focused, she is smart, she is so high chances that she's going to be very successful. So I don't want her to have those kind of insecurities. Oh, people love me because now because I don't want her to be in a place whereby right now she counts herself amongst people who are struggling. That's why I'm working so hard and I'm trying to hide difficulties around me, even though she observes and then she sees these things, because I don't want her to be like that. So, and then people who grew up on survival, they hold on to things, like they hold on to material things, like oh guys, it's like it's the end of their day. Like a person who grew up on survival, if you use, let's make an example, you use their car, guys, those people don't relax. They will never relax. Like, their material things are everything to them. Oh, maybe she might damage my car. Like a person, you'll be driving a person's car, they'll call you 20 times, not to check up on you, but to check up on their car. Like, it's like somebody might come and take something away from them. So that's not happiness. It means you have all these things, but still you're not happy. Because now you are always worried, what if it goes? What if they do this? What if it's like everything, I think they become, should I say, overwhelmed with their successes, and they never get used to it. This is me. This is what I have. And then again, those kind of people, they become self-absorbed. Like, they don't, the moment they acquire successes, it's like they don't listen to other people and they don't pay attention to other people, because everything is about them and them, because this is the opportunity for them to get praised, to be praised. And most of them, they turn narcissists, because now when they were younger, growing up, they never got that kind of attention because of where they're coming from. So it's only now that they get this attention, and this attention comes from their riches or their successes. So they want praises left, right, and center. So everything is about them. And it's like always they are being done wrong. Because I understand that growing up, they were done wrong most of the time. They were done wrong because like they had to beg. Oh, another thing that I need to highlight is that they like to make people beg. You beg. Because I understand the only thing they know is to beg. They've been begging for bread. They've been begging for food. Maybe at home they didn't have bread and then they had to go eat next door, and other kids, they will make them beg. I had a bicycle as my city, so my parents managed to buy me a bicycle for them to climb onto my bicycle and ride. They had to beg me. Oh, my city, so... And then while they are busy enjoying, I would say, bring my bicycle. Kids are like that. So they behave like those kids. The only kid who has a bicycle in the village and other kids don't have. And then they keep saying, my city, so can I ride? My city, so can I ride? And then lately, they ride my bicycle while they are enjoying. So I can take it right now. And I take my bicycle, then I go back. Then you're left stranded like that. So you find an adult doing such things. Every time, like, I'm going to take it away from you. Because they are like that, because those are the things that were done to them. So when I say, even as parents, if we are struggling, but at least let's provide love. So imagine someone who grew up poor and at the same time there was no proper love, like they don't have experience of love, because the only thing that you can hang on to is love. We are struggling at home, we don't have much, but we've got so much love. I've had people saying that. We grew up in love. My mom and my dad, they were loving people. I saw how my dad protected my mom. I saw how my dad loved my mom. So I know what love is. As a man, I know how I'm going to love my partner because I saw my dad doing this. So imagine, you are on survival mode at the same time, you don't experience love. So here, guys, there's a lot of traumas around that. So a lot of people who become successful, because the only thing that is their comeback is the success. So they like forget about living. They forget about all other things in life. They are just focusing on success so that Nizoba Bonisa, I will show them. I'll become so, because your success comes out of bitterness. You are successful, but then it is associated with bitterness because there are people that you want to prove a point to. So one day they will see. And then the sad part is that people who made you bleed, they are not in your life right now. You bleed on the wrong people because you're going to bleed on people around you. So the unfortunate fact of life is that people bleed on people who did not make them bleed. When you had your horrible experiences elsewhere, where you were demanding acceptance. This is the place where you want acceptance, you want people to respect you, you want people to see you, you want to be seen, and they don't give you that respect, they disregard you. So when you get to some places whereby you're supposed to be normal and treat people equally or treat people as they treat you, you are going to bleed on them, disregard them, do this, because where you believe that you belong, they were supposed to accommodate you. You didn't get that. Now you're going to do it to other people. So that's very scary. The only thing you know is to hide your things. Imagine, it was the 6 of you at home, 6 children or 10 children at home. Maybe one of the parents were not working. There was a loaf of bread, who wakes up first will get the slice of bread. Sometimes you have to go hide 2 slices of bread in your bedroom because you know that when you go somewhere, coming back, this bread will be done. So you become like that as an adult. Because I remember growing up, there were these kids coming from my auntie. They were relatives to my auntie, because these people, my auntie, who is my dad's sister, was married in that family. So these people were her in-laws. So the kids they were struggling a lot. Remember, they were struggling a lot because, my mom had this culture of us giving clothes to people. Guys, we grew up being told that if we don't wear check, and you realize that I I haven't worn this jacket for 6 months, then you need to give it away. And what I think is one of the things, because people are cruel. That time we thought we were doing good things because we stopped giving away our clothes last year. You know, because of social media platforms and people saying things like, when you give people your clothes, your energies and everything, other people, they don't like it. Like, people will hate you for the fact that you are the one who is helping them out. They're like, how come she has and she manages to help me? I don't want her to have. I don't want her to have because she's able to provide for herself and even give to me. So I don't want this. They don't care that they are also going to suffer. So they do things to you. So that's when it started, because we grew up, my mom is a very naive woman. Even right, it's only now that all of us now, but you're naive, because from, very early age 4, we were already giving away our clothes. Like, when we walk around the village, every second child we meet is wearing something that comes from us. Our shoes, and nothing has been done. We take off our shoes, they just give them away like that. Because we were quite privileged, because we never lacked. We never lacked many things. We were not rich, but we never lacked. And we were able, our mom was able to provide for us and provide for many other families out there. So it's like that. She was able to feed many people out there. So it was enough for us and other people. But the sad part is that my mom thought she was doing the right thing, but other people, they hate you for that. So now, right now, when I think of the number of people that have given my clothes, because we thought, because we grew up thinking, clothes are to be given away. We give. Our sweat is everywhere. Our DNA is everywhere. We stopped last year when we checked this podcast of people talking about the spiritual things, saying, when you give your clothes away, you understand the dangers of giving away your clothes. It still doesn't feel good, because there are people who knew that every time we come home, we're going to clear out our wardrobes and give them our stuff. So now when we don't give them, like, it hurts us, or we are unable to give these people this, but you'll never know who really appreciates or who really says, how come she's able to give me? So that's when we stopped. We'll give our clothes to our cousins, and they will also pass them over to their cousins. So this girl, every time, starting from school uniform, she's forever wearing our stuff. But I've never seen someone who was self-centered in such a way. You wouldn't borrow anything from her. Like, because at that time we were just kids. Because I remember the other time, I forgot my ruler at home, and she has got a ruler that has been bought by my mom, and I borrowed, like, no, I can't be. And I look at her, I was like, dude, don't you know that this thing was bought by my mom? And she knows very well. And then she will never give you anything. So I understand, just survivor. And the other time I asked, like, you will give her something, right? As you've just given her something, maybe it happens that you just need her to, you give her a loaf of bread. Good example. You give her a loaf of bread. After giving her a loaf of bread, and she can see you hear saying, here's a loaf of bread. Maybe somehow, somewhere you get hungry and you say, can you give me a slice of bread? She will never. She will say, that was her signature statement. People who don't understand Sotho. It's the last one. I'll never do that. It's the last one. So I understand, okay, when she's holding everything to her, it's the last one. She needs to protect this thing. Like, she will protect that slice of bread. Yeah. I don't remember this girl, because I was quite close to her, giving me anything. But I was always giving her everything. I would share and share and share. She will never share anything with me. She's protecting. So imagine, you are like you are an adult. When you have something, you always think you have this mentality of Uti, this is the last one. You can't share. You can't share with people who are closer to you because you're thinking, no. And a lot of people who become successful, they think they are childhood traumas. You know, the inner children in them is going to be brushed off, or everything is going to be solved by their monies and successes. And it actually makes it worse. It makes it worse. Anything that traumatized you as a kid, if you don't approach it and work on it, it makes it worse. And the sad part is that you affect everyone around you because you live with people. It's not, so not everyone is like us. People like me, when somebody behaves in a certain way, I try to understand where they are coming from. I try to make excuses for people, or this person is treating me this bad because of 1, 2, 3. You know, it's not like I don't feel the pain. I feel this pain. Wow, this person. But then quickly I come back and I say, it's not about me, it's about them. This is how they grew up. This is the only thing that they know. So let me forgive. I forgive. And guys, the things that I have forgiven in this world, I forgive even. And the sad part is that somebody will be doing something so horrible to you. You forgive because it's like you try to understand where they're coming from. But the sad part is that they don't realize that they have done you wrong. Where you have done them wrong, they will be counting every day what you have done, but they have forgotten. Because when you don't keep on, mentioning what they have done wrong, because you understand where it was coming from, so you don't want them to be in that position again, in that state of, reminding them of their childhood. Then it's gonna bring out their inner child. You try to avoid that thing. So you're not gonna tell them, well, you did this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because you try to brush it off and forget about it. Or anything. This is how I deal with pain. Anything that has hurt me, if I have decided that I'm still going to allow this person to be around me, I brush it off. I don't think about it. I just, just like I made excuses for them, and then I brush it off so that I can continue and not develop resentment, because now I'm thinking of all these things. So yeah, it's kind of difficult as an adult if you have never faced your childhood traumas, or even if you didn't go for therapy or anything, but know the root cause. I am like this because of 1, 2, 3. I know every time I feel unsettled about something, or I react in a certain way that the other person next to me wouldn't react if they were facing the same situation, I try to find the root cause for it. Why am I feeling this way? Why is this thing triggering me? Then I know. But it becomes, it's not easy, but it becomes much better if you know. Even when somebody tells you, Hore, you're hurting me, you kind of know yourself, oh yeah, I know. I solve problems through sarcasm. Like, I'm that kind of a person. You do me wrong, you're closer to me, I don't sit down and say, hey, when you say this and you do this, you hurt me. I find a way of sarcasm that will hurt you back. You will find it in my statement, Hore. Yeah, this is what. Sometimes it passes the wrong message because I'm not straightforward. You wouldn't know that I'm responding to this that you did to me. So now I feel like I'm yeah, and I regret instantly. Once somebody says, Matsiri, so you've hurt me, my regret is regret, guys. So there are people by long they don't acknowledge, you are acting this way because this is the response to what they've done to you. So guys, when we raise our children and we are damaged, our children are going to be even more damaged. I know that there are a lot of things, Nami, I'm really damaged, and I know that I'm damaging my child. And each and every day I try to reflect, how far is the damage? Can I still go back and resolve this? Because these are my insecurities, and then I've just applied them on my child and she doesn't deserve this. Why can't I just be calm? Because I didn't like this growing up, but I'm doing it to the other person who's innocent. I didn't like it. Like, let's say people who don't love rejection. You don't love because you've been rejected for the rest of your life. It has been rejection after rejection up until when you knew, I live with rejection. You are so sensitive around rejection that that person who doesn't want to be rejected, they are the first people to reject other people. They will show other people rejection. You knew that silent treatment didn't just rub you well. You couldn't cope when you were given silent treatment, but you're the one who gives other people silent treatment. You know it hurts, but you do it to another person. You know exactly that it hurts. So yeah, people growing up on survival mode, there is an issue. And they are just, they prove a point, man. They want you to know, I've got this, I've got that. You know, I don't know, it's not bragging, but then it's like they are desperate for you to know what they have, what is happening, because they didn't get a lot of praises. Because I will say, when it comes to attention seeking and praises and everything, I don't like too much praises. You praise me right now, it's okay. But then you do it over, I'm like, oh, sometimes I even think one pot, because I heard you now. So there are people who were never praised, who were never like, oh, you're beautiful, or you do this, or attention, or attention. So they, as an adult, like, they seek for attention. They are digging for this attention. I enter the room, even if people don't look at me, I don't even see that so and so was looking at me or looking, because it has been my life. I was a lovely kid, cute, the two of us, and very clean children. We were always dressed well and everything. People loved us, two people love twins. They love two people who look alike, and they look beautiful, and and so we got that attention a lot. So we don't care right now. It doesn't matter. So there are other people who will poke you. Do you see me? Do you actually see me? So too much attention is yatsosa. Sometimes yatsosa. Hey, now people are just focusing on me, and I just want to live my life. So yeah. So growing up on survivor is a bit of a problem, guys. Those people will do anything for their survival, because they only think for themselves. As long as I'm okay, right now I'm thinking of another person's peace. I want that person to have peace. Once they say, so you don't give me peace, I panic, because I've always been sensitive around people's peace. I should be this person who is peaceful. And I don't know where am I getting non-peaceful character from, because I grew up in a very peaceful environment. I saw toxicity like from far away. I've never seen my dad, fighting my mom. I've never seen such, even though they're like my parents. Yes, they're not perfect. They do fight, but then the fight, the siblings. I always say my parents' fight is like my twin sister and I's fight. Like, their relationship is like that. They fight with love. People, we fight with love. We fight, but we know that, we're gonna fight, but we're still gonna get up and do things together, because at the end of the day, we need to be together. We need to be loving, and we need to be careful with one another, don't fight, don't go below the belt. When you go below the, like, I'm so scared of people who go below the belt. Even when I fight with you, I'm still considerate. I can be highly sarcastic, but I am considerate. When people are in my life, I learn their triggers. I learn what hurts them. So I won't say things that hurt them. And again, I know the things that hurt me, I won't, even if I see it, I won't say it. I will keep it to myself up until you say it to me. Then that's when I would like, this person, I've always been seeing this in them. I kept it to myself because I don't want to hurt their feelings. But Bonadias, they don't care. They just want to hurt my feelings like that. So growing up on survival, it's difficult because Mina, when you're not growing up on survival, even the fights are fights that are considerate, fights that are loving. How ke batla mo heta hore ha le mona ha ntsheba nna hopole ntwana e bua. No. Even now I'm stupid, I forget. I might be fighting with you right now. Like there will be times where, let's say my partner or my sister or a friend, there was a time when we were fighting. When we were fighting, I was saying things to them, they were saying things to me. Later on, there's another conflict, and they say, yeah, 2 months ago, you once said this and this and this and this. And I know I said that because I was responding to something, but I had forgotten what they had said to me. And since I was a child, I was like that. And I always had, with my sister, it has always been a problem. My sister will, when we go and report to our parents, or how you guys were fighting, or what did you do? Like, they will be saying, what did she say? She will remember every single thing that I said to her. Everything. And I'll be standing there shocked because I can't remember anything. Like, I'm that person who decided to block anything that hurts me. Like, when I say I've forgiven you for real, I don't remember. So every time I appeared as the one who's wrong in front of our parents, if it happens that I fight with my sister in their absence, or my sister will be saying things to me, once I respond and say something, it will be the highlight. The highlight. And my partner is always like that, is also like that. He will be saying things, mean things, and he can be mean, Shem. He say mean things to me, and once I say something that will be the highlight of our fight. There has never been my fight whereby the highlight of what was said is something that was said to me. Because I brush it off. Like, sometimes when you're saying things, I understand. And from childhood, I've always understood that I never take words coming from someone who's angry. Even today, I'm like that. Yes, at that time I will, yeah. But they don't stick in my mind. When you say things when you are angry at me, guys, those things don't sit in my mind. I can't hold you on to that. You once said, hey, Materialism, hey, because you were angry. No. And I can't take it that because you're angry, you want to hurt me. So other people, they take it. Whatever that I'm going to throw at them, I always appear to be the wrong one because I've got nothing to say. Let's say we're sitting down, like a court case of two people. Well, do you realize that we fight a lot? Do you realize that we hurt one another? Do you realize that now we are not being peaceful to one another? What's the cause? It will start with Materialism. It's because you have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's because Materialism, you have said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when they keep quiet, so on my side, it's like, you have done nothing. I just become speechless. Even my tongue, I become blank. Once you show me my mistakes, I become totally blank. I can't remember anything that you did to me wrong. I was saying this because you said that. I did this because you did that. And later on, when I'm sitting on my own, and at that time, I will even admit, yes, I'm the wrong one. So in our books, Matsiriso has always been the wrong person who's not peaceful and everything. I had forgotten what you have said to me. But later on, when we have decided, yes, like I had no business doing these things to you. I had no business saying all these things to you because you are so innocent. Out of nowhere, I just came out and said this. You said nothing to me. Then I admit. And at that time, I actually feel it, Hore. You didn't say anything and you didn't do anything. And I see myself as this horrible person. I'm horrible. And then I apologize and I take the guilt. Then later on, I start to remember, but why did I say all these things to this person? It's because they had said that. But my problem is that I'm unable to say, you know, when you say that, and I don't tell you instantly, you do something, I keep quiet. You do it for the second time, and you do it for the third time, I'm going to do the laughing or the smiling sarcasm that will hurt you back. But it's here, like in our jokes. Like at that time when you think we are okay, I don't know how to retaliate when we are fighting. At that time when we are okay, when are you happy and everything, that's when I will come back, got that sarcasm of mine. So, yes, of course I'm the one who's not peaceful because I hurt you when you're happy. But you have hurt me, I was unable to say, hang on. When you say this, you hurt me. Hang on. When you do this, you hurt me. I was unable to tell you at that time. So maybe, at the time that I retaliate or I say it in sarcasm, you had forgotten that you are not aware that you were hurting me. So, of course, I'm not peaceful to you. It will appear as if peaceful, but I was retaliating, but I was unable to address it at that time. Because I kind of believe you will see it. It hurts the other person when you say that. It hurts. So you don't realize just because I didn't say anything, you think, so you repeat and you repeat and you repeat. So that's the case, guys. I was just saying I am so scared because I don't want my daughter to be raised out of survival. I wanted to live her life, to focus on happiness and other things, being a child, not surviving, tomorrow I must keep this. No. When you have like, you have a liter of 1 liter of cold drink in there, you think, let me drink all of it, because if I don't drink all of it now, tomorrow it will be done. No, I want her to relax. I want, guys, relax, because I can still eat it. It also creates, those people who become greedy. There's a cake there, and 6 people can have their share of this cake. But you're thinking, if I eat 1 slice of cake and I come back tomorrow, it will be done. Let me eat all of it. And at that time, you are full. But busy. Remember this other story again that I was told by my dad. My dad said there was this other lady. She was a cousin also. When we were kids, she will make sure that when you're still cooking, that's name's good thing. This person coming straight from the pot, and she was busy doing this. She can't just throw it away. Because she can't just throw it away. Or say, good lady, just take back your meat or put it back in the pot, because she's thinking, if I can put it back, He's not gonna give it to me again. This is my last chance. So I don't want to live the life of thinking, this is my last chance. Relax. There is still tomorrow. You're still gonna have that. So there are people who are not relaxed in this life. You're thinking there is no tomorrow. Ooh, izophela. Sure. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I love you and appreciate you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Like the video, comment down below, and share it wider and broader. I will see you on my next upload. Bye-bye.